Vinyl Venturers, the day has come. This is Van Halen, the Collection 2, the Sammy era. And I've had this since release day, and I have not opened it because I'm gonna open it with all y'all coming along with me. Now, the Sammy era is a little polarizing for folks. Some people prefer Dave, some people prefer Sam. I happen to prefer all of the people who have sang for Van Halen, including Gary Cherone. This is the second of these collections. Of course, the first is Collection 1 with Dave. The great thing about this is that it includes the 4 records, the 4 studio records that Sammy did, 5150, OU812, For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, wink wink, and Balance. The cool thing is the extra disc on here is actually a studio outtake and B-side record with stuff that was released elsewhere or as B-sides on CD singles, which were kind of the thing back then. So we have this beautiful Van Halen Sammy era logo on the front. We have a rectangular hype sticker, which is J. Rich approved. And we're just gonna bust into this and see what happens here. Now I'm gonna be very careful. I don't have a knife. And we're gonna bust into this and kind of see what happens. And I'm gonna try not to mess up the hype sticker because we all know I love those. So let's do this and carefully take this out of there. It's a little less shiny at this point. Oh, look at that. What a beautiful box. And you've got the little Van Halen logo on the spine there too, which is cool. Let's just take them out in order. So the first is 5150, the introduction of to the world of Sammy Hagar as the singer. And as we've talked about before, very polarizing. When it happened, I was 11, I think, and I thought the world had ended. And David Lee Roth leaving Van Halen at the time broke my heart. But, you know, all was well when Why Can't This Be Love came out. And, you know, the band went on to sell more records and have more hits than they ever did with Dave. So let's take a look at the record in here. Ooh, look at that. Slipcase. Slipcase with a logo on it there. Very nice. And let's take a look at the wax in here because I'm wondering if they put the old Warner label on or a new one. No, it's a different label. Got the lyrics there too. We just got this Warner Records label on this, which is not what originally came on the record, but that's okay. This album starts out with Sammy saying, "Hello, baby." And Best of Both Worlds, Love Walks In, 5150, Inside. Oh no, that was side 2, sorry. Good Enough is where he says, "Hello, baby." Why Can't This Be Love, Get Up, Dreams, and Summer Nights. This album was packed with hits, really at a time when nobody expected Van Halen to have any success. And it was just exciting and unknown and a very cool surprise for obviously the band and their fans and everyone else. So the sophomore record for Sammy and Van Halen is right here. It's OU812. And sophomore records, second records for bands are really big deals. They say you have your entire lifetime to write your first one, and then you have to follow it up. And they had some great hits with this. This was an unexpected one that I just listened to all of the time. In 1988, I think I was in 7th grade, so I took a trip to Washington, D.C., had my Walkman, had this tape, and listened to it constantly. One of the interesting things right here, you've got the monkey pondering the human skull there. But one of the interesting things is there's no track listing on the back of this. And I find that very odd and quite frankly, not very convenient for people who are trying to check the album out. OU812. I always like the homage to the Beatles with the cover of this too. So this is a favorite. Actually, all of these are favorites. Let's set this down. We'll take a look at the next one. And the next one is 1991's For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. Just, you've got a close-up of like a leather on here with the Sammy era logo and the silver lettering. I always thought this was just an awesome looking cover. I did find out that originally for the cover they wanted to have a close-up of foreskin, but somebody at the record label objected, and so they put it on this red leather. And you know, that's appropriate for Van Halen. This was another standout for them. We have Pound Cake, Judgment Day, Spanked, Run Around, Pleasure Dome, In and Out, Man on a Mission, The Dream is Over, Right Now, 316, and Top of the World. This was also packed with hits. And I don't know, I mean, Van Halen, the longer they went, the longer there was in between studio albums. And, you know, unfortunately, before Eddie passed away, they hadn't put an album out since 2012, I think. So, but this is another favorite. Obviously, Right Now became a huge hit. It was in commercials. It's been used in countless other things. And it's just a great album. And I love listening to it. And I'll tell you what, opening this thing, man, it's a happy day for me because I get to go home and take a listen to these. The last studio album with Sammy is Balance. And we may have to blur this out because for some reason, even though this is photoshopped and there's nothing objectionable about it, you get put in Facebook jail sometimes if you have a picture of this album cover. This is the last record they did with Sammy. This came out in 1995. This record really signaled the beginning of the end for the Sammy era in Van Halen. And but still, this has some great songs. The Seventh Seal, Can't Stop Loving You, Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do. I mean, it's just also packed with great musicianship, great rock and roll songs, and great memories for me because I've spent a lot of time listening to these records. And the fifth is a record with some B-sides and some stuff that was on different collections. We got Apolitical Blues, Crossing Over, Ballachutherium, Respect the Wind, which is from the Twister soundtrack, Human Beings from the Twister soundtrack, It's About Time, Up for Breakfast, and Learning to See. This is a fantastic collection. A couple of these records are very, very hard to find, that being For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge and Balance. I have an original print of Balance that sounds fantastic, but I can't wait to get this on the turntable and really take a trip down memory lane and listen to these myself. Thanks for watching. We have a great time opening these records for you, and we need some help. We need you guys to subscribe to our YouTube page. We also need you guys to share, like, comment. Tell us what records you'd like to see us open so we can sit here and open them just for you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you the next time around.